What up you guys, Mr. Roddy1235 here again, here for our new album review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Elbow, the Seldom Seen Kid. These guys are another UK band and they play music that kind of has like an orchestral feel to it. These guys play some very beautiful music. I first found out about this band back when I guess you can tell in like almost all my videos, when I worked at Hollister. I was a model and sales associate. And my job was mainly to stand there at the door and say hi to people. But anyway, they played a song from this album over the speakers in there, and I thought it sounded awesome. I thought it sounded really epic and kind of had like a Beatle feel to it. So I went and checked it out and didn't think much of it. Of course, this was way back in 2009. This album came out in 2008, so I guess it would have been considered still kind of new then. But I'd never heard of these guys before, only because I thought that was a very unique band name. Doesn't really matter. The song was One Day Like This, and it's still my favorite song on this album. Anyway, fast forwarding all the way up to 2012, I see a band that I just now got into this year covered one of their songs, and I thought it sounded amazing what they did, so I went and checked out the original version. I thought it was amazing too, and I found out that both of those songs were on the same album that I was into back in 2009. So I went and bought the album, because I was like, both of these songs are epic. Maybe the rest of them will be. I wanted to get into something new anyway. So I listened through it and I gotta say, it's pretty impressive. All the songs are very beautiful. They have really like thought out and unique lyrics to them, but they're really good. And the singer has such a unique voice in this band. I mean, you can tell that he's from the UK, which I kinda like. And he has like, it's like a tenderness to it. It's a very nice voice to listen to, especially with this type of music. Along with all the orchestral parts and everything like that, these guys can really create some hair-raising music. They have a really nice opening song called Starlings, which really sets the mood for the album quite well. Starts off really quietly, then there's some like trumpets that come in like out of nowhere. It scared me the first time I heard it because I had it turned up real loud. These horn sections just came out of nowhere, and it actually startled me. Doesn't matter, it's still a good opening track, I think. Then we have The Bones of You, which really gets the album going. It's one of the more fast-paced songs. It has a really catchy chorus to it, and it's really fun to sing along to. And once again, just listening to that guy's voice is just so great. It's one of the few tracks on this album that have like a minimalistic orchestra approach, and go more with just the classic acoustic guitar, drum and bass, and vocals. Mirror Ball was another single off this album. It's a really beautiful little piano piece, and it has some nice soothing violins that come in as the song goes along. Really makes the hair raise on the back of your neck when you think about how like beautiful and almost epic this sounds. Some people might complain that the song is too long. I think it kind of requires that to give that feeling a lasting effect, and I really like the song a whole lot. Then the next song on here is called Grounds for Divorce, and it's the one that I saw somebody cover. Little Hurricane could cover this song. It sounds so bluesy, and guess what? They did. They did that song some great justice, and I love it. And this song is also one of the best on the album. I can tell that it was about the third single, I think, last I checked. But anyway. Next we have An Audience with the Pope, and it has more traditional instruments, like, it goes a little bit more classical in there, like it has like, I think a lute is playing in the background there, along with the piano and violins, and a really great chorus too. Other to Fly and Loneliness of a Tower Crane Driver are the two like low points for me, but they're still like really beautiful songs. I just think they get a little bit boring because both of those songs kind of stay consistent with between verse and chorus. There's not a whole bunch of a change up. They're still really beautiful, it's just the melody is just kind of blah to me. One Day Like This sounds so epic. It's really the best song on this album, and I can totally hear like a Beatles influence. I should have said this before, not really just on this song, throughout this entire album. It kind of sounds like stuff that I would hear like the stoner days of the Beatles, like Sgt. Pepper's or Magical Mystery Tour. Just like the ending of that song kind of has like a Hey Jude vibe to it, where like they're singing this one part like the na 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 na, but they're also repeating lines from earlier in the song. It's just, something sounds Beatle-ish about it. And being that these guys are a UK band, it wouldn't really surprise me. Especially when I looked on YouTube and found that they actually did do a few sessions at Abbey Road. I was like, oh wow, this really completes it. They played these songs in Abbey Road Studios. Yeah, that really completes my little Beatles thought. The album ends with a friend of ours, and it's a kind of an homage to a band member that they had lost a year before, or something like that. He died somehow. It's a really nice way to end the album. It's one of the more slower moments than before, more minimalistic, but it's a really nice closer. It really goes along with the mood of the album, and it suits it perfectly. But yeah, I really dig this album a whole lot. I'm not really too much into their newest one, Build a Rocket Boys. I'm not finding a whole lot of standout tracks on that thing, but the Seldom Seen Kid is always going to have a place in my music collection, because I think it's great. It's something that's really awesome if you're in the mood for it. It's not something that you're going to listen to every day. I mean, I couldn't listen to this for about 3 days in a row before I got in the mood to listen to something a little bit more upbeat, but still, if you're in the mood for it, this is the perfect album. It's a strong 8 out of 10 for me. Go check it out, see if you like it for yourself. And I'll see you guys again. Mr. 1235, and I'm out.